You know what, Doug? I really get disgusted with the narrow-mindedness and intolerance that I see in Christians when they say that they're the only way to heaven.
You
know, all religions are pointing to the same thing in the end. You know, like a God in heaven, and just live your life well, be good to others. You know, I just don't get why Christianity's got to be so exclusive. Don't all religions really lead to the same place in the end?
That's a great question. I totally appreciate that question. And I would say the 5 major world religions do fundamentally agree on 2 basic points. So Islam, Judaism, Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity agree that you and I are created by God to live loving, compassionate, prayerful, humble lives. That's sort of what you and I are supposed to be about. They also fundamentally agree that instead, you and I live numb, indifferent, selfish, kind of jaded lives. So there's this agreement that we're made to live here, but we actually live down here. And the question comes is, what do we do about that fundamental gap where you and I are in that hinterlands, right in between those 2 things? So, for example, Islam says to me, Doug, at the end of your life will be balanced between good stuff and bad stuff, and whichever way it happens to go, a little more 51%, 49%, that's going to be your destiny. My problem with that is I am trying hard to be the loving, compassionate person that I'm called to be, right? So this morning, I have a fantastic family. I got 3 kids. My middle son is driving me crazy at the breakfast table, right? I run out of patience. I raise my voice with him. I make him have a timeout. But the truth is, I love this guy. I don't need to treat him like that, right? I can have a much better, David, let's talk about your situation. But I don't. I lose my temper. That's today. Like, we haven't even had to go to yesterday to figure out that I'm a mixed bag. So here's Doug. I'm a mixed bag. I'm trying to be loving. I'm not that loving. I'm in that balance. So in Islam, guess what? I'm a wreck because I'm not going to know to the final day where I'm headed, and it's not very hopeful for somebody like me who's a mixed bag. Jesus comes along in that, and Jesus says, Doug, you are jacked up. You are a small-hearted son of a gun. You need help. And Jesus says to me, you don't need just a few next steps as to where you're going to get better. You need the life of God infused into your soul so that God himself can give me love when I'm loveless. He can give me a whole new way of loving my family. So this morning, just to be honest with you, after this thing, I just sort of stopped in a quiet moment and I just said, God, I'm out of love again. I'm empty. And the very people that I'm most trying to love, I didn't love already today. Give me your love again. And in that moment, God gave me himself again, and God poured into me, and I could feel the difference of God pouring in through Jesus. So what do you think? Somebody like me who's a mixed bag, am I going to do better in Islam, or am I going to do better with Jesus? You know, the like, not sure where you're going, or divine infusion of God himself into me. What do you think? Who do I need?
Well, in the way you lay it out, obviously you need Jesus.
Yeah, and so world religions agree we should live like this. We actually live like this. The difference is in the remedy. And I don't need another world religion to tell me to be a better person. Because you know what? I already want to be a better person. I need the power to be a better person. And that's in Jesus. So people who are a mixed bag actually need the power and not just the rules. That's why Jesus is the one that I'm going for. Now, how about you? Are you a mixed bag? Like, where are you at in this spectrum? Where's an area of your life where you feel like you run out of love? Can you relate to what I'm talking about?
Yeah, of course. Sure.
Okay, so you and me, we're mixed bags. Wouldn't it be awesome to have an infusion of the life of God through Jesus, expanding in your soul, giving you love for your wife when you run out of love?
Yeah, I guess it would. Just my question is that only available through Jesus or Christianity?
Well, Buddha won't give you a divine infusion. Islam certainly won't give you a divine infusion. Hinduism won't give you a divine infusion. They'll give you a lot of good rules, but what happens when you don't have the power to live the rules, right? I don't need to be told, be a better dad. I know to be a better dad. I need God infused in me to give me love when I don't have love. So I'm way into Jesus because Jesus gives a remedy to my problem, and nobody else has given me a remedy to my problem. And what I've come to realize is I'm not the only mixed bag around here. Actually, you're probably a mixed bag. You could probably use a divine infusion of God in you. What do you think?